how am I supposed to hold this thing? Don't worry, you're not alone. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to hold your yarn and your hook so you can finally get started without feeling like you're all thumbs. It's easier than you think, and I'll walk you through it step by step. Most beginners quit before they even make their first stitch, and it's usually because they don't know how to hold the hook and yarn. I've taught tons of beginners, and trust me, this is the number one thing that makes everything else easier. Let's get your hands set up right from the very beginning. All right, let's start with the hook. And there's two ways to hold your hook, and both are equally effective and equally legitimate. You just pick the one that feels better for you. And there's the pencil method, and that's exactly like it sounds. You hold it like a pencil. You put the hook on top of your hand, and it rests here on the pad between your thumb and your pointer finger. And the end of the hook here, the shaft of the hook, is resting on your tall finger, and your pointer finger is resting on the hook. The thumb is resting on the thumb rest. The other way to do it is just the opposite. It's the knife method, where your hand is over the hook. And you have your thumb again on the thumb rest. And if you turn your hand sideways, you'll see that the hook is resting on the pointer finger with the tall finger right below it, supporting it as well. Now let's get our yarn attached to our hook, and so we can really learn how to hold in the yarn. So we do that with a slip knot. And here's how we do the slip knot. We have our tail end of our yarn just draped across our hand, and then we pull the working end of the yarn around our fingers until they meet at the top. We'll pinch that join where they met and pull it off your fingers. And then drop your working end of the yarn behind that loop, and it bisects that loop. And then you take your hook, you put it under there, and you pull down, especially on that working end of the yarn. That's what tightens it up. And here we are. Let's do that again. We have the tail end of the yarn across our palm. And we take our working end of our yarn around our fingers until it meets at the top. We pinch that join and we pull it off our hand. And then take your working end of the yarn and drape it down behind so that it bisects the loop you made. Take your hook and weave it in there and pull down and tighten that up with the working yarn, and you've got a nice slip knot. And now you can learn how to hold your yarn. We've got the hook, we've got the yarn attached to the hook, and how do we hold our yarn? Let's stretch out our yarn going from the hook to the opposite side. And now I'm going to put my hand down. I leave about 4 inches in between. Put my hand down, palm up. And I scoop under here, pick up the yarn, and I've got my yarn in between my little finger and my ring finger. And then I take my hand and flip it so that my palm is down. And then I take my pointer finger and slip that under the yarn. So I have yarn over my pointer finger. It's under the middle 2 fingers, and it's over the ring finger. And I turn my hand perpendicular. And now when I take my tall finger and my thumb and pinch the base of that loop on my hook, I am ready to start crocheting. You can't go wrong with this hold. Other people, your grandmother, your next door neighbor, might tell you other ways to do this. There are many ways to hold your yarn. This is the way I hold it, and I find it so easy and nice. And boom, you've got your yarn, you've got your hook, and now you know how to hold them like a pro, or at least like a very confident beginner. The more you practice, the more natural it'll feel. If you're ready to move on and actually start making stitches, hit that subscribe button and check out my next video. We'll be crocheting together in no time. See you there.